Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Campus Care Ed Talks. Ed Talks is a platform where educators and leaders come on board and express their viewpoints related to education and society. A topic for the discussion is: are the new trends in education actually making a difference? And to express their viewpoints on the same, we have with us Miss Archana Pandey, ma'am, principal of the Vivekanand School, Gurugram. A very warm welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
It's so good to have you here. Thank you so much for taking out your precious time, ma'am.
Thank you for having me here and for the discussion of an important topic which is prevalent now.
So, ma'am, let's begin off with the session now, shall we?
Sure, sure.
So, ma'am, firstly, we all know that pandemic gave a rise to many trends, but there are, but are they here to stay or just a fad in terms of education, when we talk about it?
Okay. Now, the COVID 19 crisis has had a major impact on the global education sector. And even though the pandemic is slowly dying down and things are returning to normal, there is no denying that the effects the virus has had on the modern way of life will be felt in the years to come. While both online and face to face learning have their advantages and disadvantages, both students and teachers have now adapted themselves to the demands of the new normal and realized that education might look a bit different than it used to be once upon a time. So the pandemic has transformed the centuries old traditional methods like chalk and talk model to one driven by technology. Use of information technology has become the preferred choice to restart education from face to face lectures to online classes. Now, having said that, if we talk about different trends that have started, the first is that thinking that learning can happen anywhere online. And even before the pandemic, many places where learning would happen had started digitizing their processes and taking the learning experience into the online realm. Nowadays, there is no denying that learning can happen almost anywhere online. But aside from news portals, social media, and forums, it's important to recognize those formal and accredited learning spaces that have ventured into the online world. So this is going to stay. It's not a fad. So this trend of online education and getting informed anywhere from any corner of the world is going to stay, and the children, or for that matter, anybody can use it anywhere. Then tech education for teachers has become a priority, and this is also a mandatory requirement that needs to be fulfilled as per NEP also. So technology has entered into the field of education. And if I talk about teachers, it is important to note that COVID-19 had brought many new challenges for of accessing and leveraging the right technologies to deliver engaging, effective, collaborative lectures. But now this is also not more any more challenging, but they have accepted that, incorporated in their day-to-day teaching practices. So this is also going to stay. And blended learning is the future of education, where the children will have both online and offline education. So teachers have started creating the study material, training material, and skill development program in collaboration with variety of content like Word, PDF, audio, visual, anything. So online teaching can be termed as blessing in disguise for teachers as well as for the students. And I think this is going to stay. And these trends which have come into fashion, which we thought that, of course, this is going to last for a couple of months, but then it became, since it lasted for 2 years, so this has become now a practice, and this is going to stay.
Yes, ma'am. So when we talk about, the trends, like you just mentioned that the teaching can be done from anywhere. So, what do you think? Are these trends, are they actually contributing in any way to the development of the students?
Yes. Now, it's impossible to dispute that global patterns have shifted dramatically during the last few years.
Absolutely.
Now, improved accessibility to school lessons and even degree programs for students of all ages is one of the most inspiring digital transformation trends in education. So, online teaching and learning have given students an opportunity to overcome the academic hurdles created by the closure of academic institutions. Students develop the ability to learn using different online tools and methods which work as learning with fun, resulting learning is not disrupted because of the pandemic. And it is also observed that students' retention increased from 25 to 60% more content through online teaching in comparison to offline teaching, where the students understand only 8 to 10%, but then after repetition, it increases. So, e-learning requires 40 to 60% less time as they can reread, skip, or accelerate the concepts of their choice. So, this helps them in understanding and learning. And online teaching gives introvert and shy students a platform to share their personal issues like frustration, adjustments, mishaps in private chat conversation more freely. And students with disabilities that make it difficult to access specific knowledge find that technology can help them overcome these obstacles. Text to speech technologies and programs that transcribe dictated content, for example, can give all pupils access to knowledge offered in schools. So, virtual classrooms on Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Team, they all help students to understand the concepts. And there's a big shift towards non conventional courses as well. So perhaps the biggest trend is it was once upon a time to choose from one of the available courses like becoming doctors, lawyers, accountants, and engineers. But now it has opened the market for other avenues. So there are YouTubers and social media influencers who are independent players.
Yeah.
So whose success has opened a different set of opportunities itself. So today the students are looking to explore further skills and vocational courses in areas like video editing, design thinking, fashion, marketing, PR, communications, and there are many more. So this has come out of these new trends only. I think this has really helped the students a lot.
Absolutely, ma'am. So, technology, this thing has helped the students a lot.
Yeah.
So what are, some of the promising techniques that you have came across recently?
I feel that the role of a teacher will be redefined now from knowledge giver to guide, mentor, and facilitator because they have to conduct their class session in more creative way because the students are updated with the content knowledge through internet. So educators will have to use innovative techniques and teachers use technology to create multi-sensory learning experience for their students. So it undoubtedly promotes innovation, communication, and teamwork. And furthermore, amid the pandemic, the Indian government has taken a number of initiatives like e-Vidya program, Diksha, and others to raise the issue of boosting with some global online education best practices. So, what I have come across is like some of the strategies like nano learning.
Yeah.
Now, the information age has brought with it a decline in attention span and an increase in screen fatigue. So, our brains are bombarded with distracting alerts and notification day in, day out. So, what the teachers have started doing is that they have started with nano learning. So it involves providing students with information in smaller amounts over a shorter period. So learning in short bursts is proven to increase our ability to take in and retain information. By providing students with small pellet-like bits of information, it is more likely to increase their productivity, capture their attention, and aid their ability to learn. And the four keys that I would like to discuss, which are effective nano learning in the classroom, are identify the students' needs, set the learning objectives, choose your content. You can go for videos, sometimes apps or podcasts, and keep it short. Then we have flipped classrooms as well, where the teachers can easily refer some resources to the children and tell them to go through the resources online. And when they come back the next day, they will have a discussion on on that content that they have studied. So it helps in faster learning and understanding. Then we have concept-based or experiential learning. Collaborative exercises, role playing, field work, project based learning help students to develop key skills and be prepared for careers in future. So there has been an increase in the trend in learning to shift and transfer from machines to cell phones. But what the mobile phone penetration has been most in India as compared to that in the rest of the world. And the fast rise in digitalization in urban and rural areas has fueled the pattern of learning anywhere and everywhere. Another technique that I have come across is gamification. And gamification theory in education is that learners learn best when they're also having fun. So gamification in learning involves using game-based elements such as point scoring, peer competition, teamwork, score tables to drive engagement. That helps students assimilate new information and test their knowledge. And another one such technique is do it yourself. So here, the children are responsible for their own learning. And 78% of Indian learners believe that using technology to support their learning makes it easier and more fun. And 81% of learners worldwide say education is poised to become more self-serviced. And so this will encourage skill-based learning, and we need leaders of tomorrow to be active game changers and not mere drivers of change by walking the talk.
Absolutely, ma'am. That was, a very well explained by you. So, lastly, how do you, explain if someone doesn't adapt to these trends? I mean, how do you see it, ma'am?
I would like to quote Mother Teresa here. That she said, "Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has yet not come. We have only today. So let us begin." So we are at the brink of a new decade, which will definitely the future of a whole generation. Hence, the need of the hour is to brace ourselves to the new era, backed by technology, automation, globalization, with direct implications towards the future of learning and education. And no doubt, the technology has catalyzed the growth of education industry, witnessing the emergence of new learning situations. For this reason, many new trends are shaping the needs and demands of individual learners, institutions, and the industry. And it will have an adverse impact on those who would not adapt themselves according to the changing trends. And I would like to quote futurist and philosopher Alvin Toffler, who once wrote, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was, a very wonderful session with you. Thank you so much again for taking out your precious time, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And for all the viewers watching us out, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stuff like this. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you.